Okay, here we are, back in the shed, back on the Clarke lathe. Got some new parts for it. First of all, I've got a quick change tool post to replace that. That came from arc-eurotrade.co.uk, about £80. And this is actually for an Axminster C6, but apparently they fit these, so we'll give that a try later and see how we get on. And I've also got a 3MT drill chuck. The one I've got for the other lathe is only a 2MT shank, so we'll see how we get on with that. That was from Kronos. I think that was about £22 delivered. And also have some 12mm tools. It's a full set of 4. My other ones are 10mm, so these are only off eBay. I think they were around £20, so we'll see if they're any good or not. Give them a try later. But I think the first thing we'll do is try fitting the new tool post, see how that goes. Okay, so this is the quick change tool post. Covered in grease. We've got some tool holders. There's one already attached on here, so we'll have to degrease all that first, I think. Quite a lump. I guess that holds the tools in, locks them in somehow. No key with it. Let's see what we've got. That's the one. Tight. Yeah, there we are. So we've got 3 holders and the actual tool post itself. Yeah, I'm going to give that a clean down first, I think, and then we'll try it on the lathe. Alright, so that's them cleaned up. I'll just give them a quick run over in the parts washer. Got the worst of the grease off. Let's say some of the machining needs a little bit to be desired in here. How well that comes out, it's not particularly good, but we shall see. As long as it clamps it, I suppose that's the main thing. These all seem okay. Could have done with a little bit of deburring, I think, but let's see how it goes. This is, again, in here is a little bit rough. We'll see what they're like to use. Right, moment of truth. Will it fit or won't it? Spring, don't need that. There's no boss or anything on there as such, so actually perhaps you could have left the That will line up. Leave that detent in for now and see if that does actually line up. Right, here we go. I can't seem to get that. Oh, there we are. Yeah, that detent isn't going to work. That'll hold it in one place, but it isn't going to move around very easily. They would need some sort of chamfering on there for that to work, but don't necessarily need it. Yeah, the only thing I will need is a longer stud in there. That will hold it, but there's only a few threads on there and it's in the wrong angle, so that will need addressing, but it does fit. It exactly fits the block there. Yeah, and if we put a tool post on, can't actually lock that round at the minute, unfortunately, but or a tool holder rather, put one of them in. You can see that will work okay, although I can't actually tighten it up at the moment. Yeah. So a new stud in there is in order, something slightly longer, but the actual thing does fit on there, so that's good news anyway. Right, so let's have a look at this chuck now. Key with it. Well, feels quite nice. Yeah, feels alright. Well, this tang might be a problem. I think one on my mini lathe I did actually cut that off. Yeah, that's going to reduce the amount of travel. Yeah, so it has to go right. That's right there before it actually locks. So I think I probably will cut that tang off. But apart from that, all feels quite good quality. Yeah, well, that'll be okay. Just have to sort that tang out, that's all. Cut that off and that'll be fine. I think that is, where does that go? That is about 12mm by the looks of it. Which let's go scale. And that tang is 18mm, so I reckon if we cut that about there somewhere on that part, I think that'll be fine then. Maybe 15mm, cut that. That'll be okay, that'll do the job then. And finally, just have a look at these tools. inserts in there. Don't really know what they're like until we use them. So what have we got here? Key. Boring bar. Yeah. Even if the inserts are no good, these seem okay anyway, so I'll leave that over now. So we've got boring bar, of the key. This one's supposed to be something right-handed. Yeah, just general purpose right-handed tool. I guess this is going to be the left-handed version. Yeah. Yep, okay. And I guess this must be just a standard, yeah, angle. Yeah, I feel okay. Like I say, not really now until I start using them. But for the money, well, worth a shot, isn't it? So we'll see how we get on with those. Right, so I just made this little top hat bush, I suppose you'd call it, because the original tool post had a register on it there. This one hasn't, it's perfectly flat, so I just made that will fit in there, fits in that side, so it will just give something for this to register on and go on there. That will be much better. I just need to get a longer one of those. I'll make one, and then be ready to put it on the lathe. So yeah, that was not a bad little thing to make. That was just a little piece of scrap they had lying around, so that's worked out quite well. Right, so that's it all back in place. Little bush goes on the new stud. I've got the new tool post. Got the original washer and the original nut. And that's just in the right place now. Yeah, and I've just fitted one of the tools in the tool holder, one of the tool holders. So I can now give that a little go. Well, once I've set the height, so that'll be the next thing to do. Right, so just put the dead centre in. Get this as close as I can. Bit hard to see with the camera there, but it looks like it's a little bit high. Looking not too far off there. Let's tighten that down. Tighten that back so nothing move. Yeah, that's not looking too far out. Okay, the way to really test it is to try it. Okay, let's give it a go. Let's make sure we're in forward. Yeah. Put some power on. A bit of a rough old bit of metal, so I don't know how this is going to go. Quite a bit of stick out, unfortunately. Just all I had around. Well, no dimple, spot on. That's quite a hefty old, come on, quite a hefty old cut, so a bit on macro. Just put it on the macro and try that. If that's any better. Oh yeah, that's better, isn't it? Yeah, that's no pimples or dimples. And that was quite a heavy, fast cut. So if I can cope with that, should be okay. Yeah, as you can see, this is a rough old bit of steel. If I can cope with that stuff, because that is really horrible. That should be okay with anything. Yeah, well, happy with that. Right, let's try a piece of brass in there, see if we get on with that. That's locked off. Not so much stick out this time, so that'll be a little bit better. Rough saw on this end, so take a couple of passes to do it. nearer it should be. Not quite there yet, still a few saw marks. Let's have a look at that. Put this on macro. Not brilliant. Hard to get this camera to focus properly. Yeah. Yeah, so much easier with this tool post anyway. Definitely going to have to make some sort of guard up for that. And it just gets covered in chips. That's not really a very good design. One thing I do like about this is you've got T-slots on the carriage, on the saddle, which never had on the mini lathe. And the other thing is I can get much bigger stock down there. This is 24mm brass, so I could never have got that in the mini lathe. I think that was 21, 20, something like that maximum. Yeah, this is 24. I'm not sure what the limit is. That's probably not far off the limit. It looks at that. But yeah, so that should be oh yeah, quite a bit of room there. Yeah, so all in all, nice little lathe. Yeah, and the other thing I have mentioned before is on this carriage or the saddle you have got T-slots, which I haven't got on the mini lathe. Means they can easily fit, and I have used this on my other mini lathe. Can use things like this vertical milling slide, which would be quite easy to bolt onto there. That was a bit of a palaver on the other on the 7x14 lathe. I did have to make up this plate to use it on there, which is a bit of a palaver, taking that off and then or taking the compound slide off and then bolting this down, because it's a bit of a pain taking the compound slide off the other one. This is a lot easier. Yeah, so that I can make use of if I need to, which is quite useful. Yeah, this is that piece of metal which I just faced off on here. I did actually then, I forgot to film it, did some turning on with the power feed, and actually those carbide tips, and did quite well. I think there was 2 cuts on that, quite aggressive cuts, and it actually just ate through that. I probably could have done a bigger cut even then, but yeah, so they're actually much better at deep cuts than they are just doing fine cuts. So that should prove useful. I'll get some better carbide tips for those tools, just for doing fine cuts, fine finishes and things. But yeah, it did cope with that, and that is horrible metal to use, horrible stuff. Yeah, just absolutely ate through that. I was quite surprised really, considering how cheap they were.